Welcome back, everybody. This is the Uncharted Vapor, and today I'm bringing you a review on a product sent to me for the purposes of review. Now, in the past we've reviewed this product, but this product has changed since then. We're going to be talking about the new Grus and UB Pro Tank kit. So, up here I will link the Grus mod from Lost Vape. So what we got now is the new Grus mod version 2 is what I'm going to call it, because it now comes with the new upgraded Quest 2.0 chip, and with that we're going to take this down, and also it is still compatible with the RBA. So let's go down low, open it up, show you what's inside, bring it back up on top, talk about it, and give you my pros and cons. I'll see you down below. Alright guys, so here we are now down low with the new Grus kit. Now with this kit, this one here is their special limited edition 4-coil pack kit. The current color I got is called Black Marine. So with that, on the inside, we'll show you what comes on the inside, but first on the back, it is one Grus mod. We'll go ahead and freeze frame that for you actually. Let's just do that. I'll read it at the same time. 100 watt device, you get 2.3 ohm UB Pro P3 coils, a Type-C cable, 5 mil UB Pro tank, 810 drip tip, 18650 adapter warranty card, 2.15 UB Pro P1 coils, 4 O-rings, and a user manual. So that's what's going to come inside. So let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so here we are. So now, you're going to ask, what's the difference? Well, the chip on this particular model, on the new ones, is the new version 2 chipset. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what the difference is on this one is, you know, by looking at it, because you've seen the original Gruses around. So with that, I've got a battery out, a Molicel 21700. That's just what I'm going to be using. Take the cap, set it off to the side. So up front, as you can see, they gave me 2 coils here. There's a coil, I think, pre-installed already in the tank as well. Let's see. No, there's not. So, okay, no problem at all. So here's that. So that's the tank. 2 coils. This is the... Well, if I don't drop the coils. This is the P3, so this is the 0.3 ohm coil. And the other one is the 0.15 coil right here. Here's the new Grus mod, the Marine Black. So this is what it looks like. Looks just like the Grus. So open it up, twist the battery cap. So nothing on the inside like the original Gruses. They usually had the cables inside, but as you see here, now they put them here. So 21700 battery. You're going to take your battery cap, go backwards, click, wait for that click. Hold on, let's do it again. There it is, that click. And then now it'll smoothly tighten down, okay? That's all you need to do. Once it gets on, it snugs, don't keep going. Push your cap down, that is done. Then here, inside of here, you're going to get your other coils and your adapter. So, 18650 adapter, okay? It looks just like the one that came on the Ursa. You can see that review right above. 100 watt mod user manual, Pro Tank user manual, an additional 0.3 I think this is, with a different color, yeah, green for the O-rings, and the 0.15 which tells you which is the blue O-rings. So they color coded them, and your Type-C cable. So those are the things that are going to come inside of your envelope. Okay. Put those in first, then these. Makes life simpler. Now we don't obviously need all these coils, so let's go ahead and put some coils away. We'll leave one of each out. So therefore, if we want to switch between coils, we'll have them all ready to go, right? Makes it simple. Yeah, sound good? Great, awesome. Okay, let's keep rocking out. All right, and then the warranty registration card. You got to send it in, blah, blah, blah. But here in the Philippines, you're going to go to Lost Vape Tech Support Philippines, and they will help you out based off their warranty. It's a 3-month warranty, which says it on their warranty card right there. As long as you buy it by a proper SRP that will be eventually set by Lost Vape. So, no atomizer. So, let's see the differences. So, now what this looks like, let's see the powers. Okay, wow. This thing's very responsive. Power, stainless steel 904, which is going to be your P3 coil is SS 904. So, you can actually run it in that mode and run temp control. Stainless steel 316, titanium, nickel, VPC, variable power control, and voltage mode. Now under voltage, select it by using the middle button. It goes all the way up to, I think, 7 volts. Yeah, so this has a 7-volt cutoff, which is very good. This means the mouth to lung guys will have no problems using this at all. But it's fine with me because then I'll go back to VBC. VBC allows you now to go and change your tables if you want. Go back. Bypass mode. If you select bypass mode, what this does is gives you basically a regulated mech mod. Okay, so it'll just run whatever you have on there. And then that's it. Power mode, your wattage, so now you can run what you want. 3 different power modes select: soft, normal, and hard. So that depends on how you want the ramp up to come. I always go to normal, go over to puff counter. If you're running coils, say your coil, you're going to swap your coil out on here. You're going to want to change or erase your puff counter so that way you know how many hits you've done on it. Now with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns off your mod. So we can set that to the side. Now, the other nice thing is you have an option for, this is an optional accessory that will come, that you can purchase. It is the exact same one that runs on the Ursa. So if you've already purchased it, congratulations. But if not, you will get a Pro, or you can buy a Pro RBA, which has a massive build deck on the inside. Let's get that to focus right there so you can see it. All right. And the Wicking Channels. Now, I'm not going to open this particular one right now. I have one open. I just forgot to clean it up. But basically, you're going to wick it halfway down of this wicking channel here on each side. So that way juice can travel around, hit that, and go up inside and run your coil. With it, you get 2 pieces of shoelace cotton, some grub screws, 2 coils, and your 510 adapter that allows you to ohm out your RBA and get the hot spots out of your coil. And also you get some spare O-rings inside of the kit. So that's the RBA. That's for you DIY, want to build my own coils, and that's what you want to rely on. You have the option of a Pro RBA for this as well. All right. Now, given this, guys, I have been testing both of these coils, especially this 0.3904 for extensively, actually, for over 3 months. And I can tell you by far, it definitely pulls out any juice that has sweetness, whatever. And it will last you for a good amount of time depending on how sweet your juice is. I use juices from the United States or the US that are super sweet. So therefore, that will cut down my coil life because that is typical, as mesh inside, as you do with regular cotton, will eventually start getting dirty in your cotton will, and you'll start getting like a burning taste. But I've been noticing over 500 plus hits on this, and I got like 300 to 400 hits on this one originally, but that's because of my juice, which was a 75-25 actually juice that was really sweet. Now, If it's not as, doesn't have as much sweetener inside of it, they have lasted well over 1,000 plus hits. And then some people say leaking. I'm gonna go over that real quick because these coils are actually very, very good. The coils have no issues at all whatsoever for leaking. Now, why does your coil leak? If you have over 2,000 hits or over 1,000 hits on one coil, what happens is this cotton inside starts to degrade. So inside of that wicking port, that cotton right there will start to degrade, and that mesh will already start basically eating around that ring, and juice will start seeping from it on the inside, and it'll run down through the chamber here. That is something that is going to happen. But remember, that is normal with any coil that you put through any heavy paces. I can run my own cotton builds and do the exact same thing, but they will start to leak, or I will lose flavor, or what they will do is what they call collapse, is where you have a piece of cotton that sits like this, and then in the center it separates. Okay, and that's basically what they start to do. They start to basically separate over time. So remember, I can only say that the 0.3 P3 coil is on that sweet side. If you really want to pull your sweetness out of your juice, there you go. It is not going to be the coil's fault that your juice tastes different, or it is, but it just is going to show you what's actually the juice is tasting like. The same with the 0.15. It is not a fault of the coil. It's just your juice that you're using at the time that is making that happen. Reason being is this is nichrome 80, which means it's not ramping like most people are used to here of nichrome 90, which ramps really quick and kills some flavor. This is actually going to pull all those flavors that you're not used to having out. And with that, you're going to basically see a change in your juice's profile. So with your juice profile changing, it'll be the bit time for you to start seeing how good a flavor you really were getting, or if you were wasting your money. What was going on at the time that it happened, that, you know, your flavor changed? Well, you got a new coil. So Pro Tank installation is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to unscrew your tank on here. You're going to take whatever coil it is. For me, I'm going to run the 0.3, which goes up to 70 watts. And you're like, why is a coil? You said it before, coils don't do it, you know, all the way through, etc., etc., etc. Normally I'm going to prime this, but I'm not going to prime it. I'm just showing you installation. You put your coil in. As you can see, your contact path on the bottom. You're going to take it. You're going to back trace the threads, okay, when you got your coil in here. So get your tank to set up, back trace it till you fill it, click it or lock right there, and then go forward, so that way you don't cross thread it. Then you're going to tighten this down until it's snug. Now it's snug. This is your AFC control, 360-degree AFC control, so you can tighten how loose or how tight you want it. And there's 3 airflow ports on this actual Pro RBA. Now the mod's off, so I'm not going to burn my coil up, but as you can see, this is roughly around a 26 millimeter diameter tank on the bottom base, and 30, close to 30 nope, 28 millimeters, I think, on the upper base. The 510 drip tip itself, or sorry, excuse me, not 510, 810 drip tip, excuse me. As you can see, I'm looking underneath, it's completely clean. There is no funky monkeys on it. Even the drip tip is clean. There's no moisture or anything on there. You can put your own 510 drip tip in this one because it is running a standard drip tip. So if you don't like this one, well, you can pick up your favorite one, put it in there. And to fill it, all you have to do is open up the fill port. I turn my rings off like this to the side, so that way you can see it like that. I fill my juice up. When I'm done, I take it, turn it back over by usually holding that spot and putting pressure on it. And then all you're going to do is clip back in your fill port. And now you're ready to vape. So right there, that is the new Grus version 2.0, which now has looks like the features of the Ursa built in with a Pro Tank on top and RBA option. But this is only sold generally as a kit, okay? There are replacements, and there's sometimes you could probably get away with finding these if people picked them up for replacements or whatever and they sell them off. But to get this particular gift set or this Pro set, it only comes in a kit. You can buy the UB coil tank separately. It's an optional piece. We unfortunately were not able to get any right now because they were sold out. I wanted to show those to you guys so you could actually, for those who liked the original UB coils, they do make also a Pro UB tank. This is the UB Pro tank. So this one is the one that's in all black, which looks really nice. And this is basically what it looks like. It's an OCC styled tank that you can now run around, use it. If you don't want to use your tank, you can take it off. Okay, and put your own mod on top. Up to a 30mm RDA will fit on the top of this. So this is the Marine, so this has got that metallic looking acrylic on the side. Looks like a sea monster inside of mine. But as you see, Lost Vape on top and the other side Grus. So with that, guys, let's take this back up on top. I'll give you my final thoughts, my pros, and my cons. Alright, welcome back everybody. Up on top, here we are with the Grus mod kit. So we're going to make this really quick and simple to understand. We talked a little bit about it down low. So, pros and cons about the device. So, I think it's only two cons on the device mainly. And that is no marking stating that it is the revamped or version 2 edition of the Grus mod. Okay, so that's one con. The second con is going to be that there is no pod mod selection on here. An upgraded chip should have kept the ability that the original Ursa had in it inside of this. Okay, I know the Grus didn't, but they upgraded this chip over top of what they previously just released on the Ursa mod. Which was the multi-kit, which came with a UB Pro, and the mod with the 510 connector, which the 510 is right here for the device, so you had all two pods and a 510. Now, you get the tank, which is a UB Pro, which has two different color disseminations, which is going to be the lime green colored coil, which is stainless steel 904, I think, and the blue one is nichrome 80, which is the P1, nichrome 80, P3, stainless steel 904. Those are your differences. Three-way airflow, so you get a lot of air, and recommended juice 7330 and above. 6040, you can do it, but you may see some leaking coming through the coil over time. It's not the coil breaking down, it's just the juice being a little bit thinner coming through. 5050, I don't recommend it. Personally, that's just me. All the other features are here. You have the ability for the 3 selection options in here as already. It's reading accurately, and you can easily, they have really smooth threads on this to pull the tank off and put it back on. Flavor wise, the tank does really good. I've got it set up to right under half airflow right now. It's a little bit on the louder side with the 3 airflows. That's just my opinion on it, subjective on that. So if you don't mind it, cool. So with that, guys, that's my pros and cons on the Grus mod. So with that, they do have an option of a UB tank if you're to the original UB coils, which also ran the UB boost pod. I don't have up here with me right now, I don't think. Yeah, I do. The UB RBA, which is this one here, could go into the UB tank. So the same thing as the UB Pro RBA, which is much bigger. You have that. These are 510 abilities, so you can actually ohm them out. So until next time, guys, that's my pros, cons, and final thoughts. My final rating on the device from 1 to 10 based on the products we've reviewed so far. I'm going to give this a 7. I'm going to drop it down because I'm taking a point off of the fact that an upgraded chip didn't have pod mod still in it. No markings to tell me about the Grus, and those are the main things, you know, for me. And the lack of the other tank just shows that it was for price, you know, price cut and price suitability. So that's pretty much it. So I'll give it a solid 7 on the device. You know, easily. You can use it for a mod all day long. I guess, you know, you can even put the RBA in. It's not a guess. I know you can put the RBA in and you basically turn it into a real RTA. So with that, guys, until the next review, I'll catch you guys later.